Third one in the gun. It is Charbonnet. Who gets smoked? Wow. That was
D winners beating Bradford, the right guard. Bradford just late coming off on the double team block. Can't climb to the second.
Myers up and through. So a great start for the Seahawks. Kick return touchdown from Shaheed. Lumen Field in Seattle. And tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by the U. At a field goal, so a quick 10-0 lead. Here's Sky Moore on return for the Niners. Tripped up at the 20. All right, I think I can read the promo now. I think it's good, at least for this second. There's McCaffrey on the ground. Up across the 30 there. They're going to pick up maybe 3. All year long.
Yeah, they're 24th in the NFL in run scheme. They just haven't.
When he was in there, now it's got to be Pearsall Robinson. Over the middle there. Good throw and catch. It's Todd Smith, who lost the football. It's picked up by Julian Love. Seattle's got it.
And Ernest Jones, traded for last year from the Rams. Incredible season.
And will then spend a minute in Tennessee, and then Seattle went and got him. They were looking for a quarterback in the defense. You know, Mike McDonald said it was similar. Darnold, pressure, all the way. He is sacked for a big loss by
Nardo Green. Again, you send someone to the flat. It's JSN, and that cut behind it. And Green just gets a...
Darnold, pressure. Sets up an incomplete pass. No one there.
Last week in Philly, kind of, it's a little bend but don't break. But then all of a sudden they just show up out of nowhere and make a play.
Second down for Darnold. Pressure from the outside. Steps up and throws one deep, and there is a collision and a...
Filling in for Jair Brown. Shaheed beats Mustafa on the crossing route.
Number 36.
Siegel ends up just running through. They got to pull it together. They need a big gut check ASAP.
Feels like they're trying to survive right now. As Walker up the gun, and he gets stonewalled at the first quarter, still standing.
Well, it's an exhilarating win last week in Philly, and then you get on the plane to fly home, and you have a good week of practice, and you think, okay, what's up?
Second and goal. Fake. Darnold looking, firing, end zone. It is caught.
JSN, the leading receiver this year. What a throw by Darnold on the run. Only where he could put it.
Extra point is up, and it is good. It has been a storm in Seattle for the 49ers.
And on Luter on the bottom part of the screen, and watch the safety Siegel. He just gets caught in no man's land. I'm not sure why he's coming up there in the end zone. He should kind of sink back.
Upset, so I'm not sure if he took himself out, if there's something else going on there, but that's the guy who's usually covering that route. Purdy. Pressure, they set up a screen. McCaffrey's got a good block. And a good move from McCaffrey. He's got a first down.
17-point touchdown. It's one play at a time. And look, you can't, against this defense, everything's got to be one play at a time.
McCaffrey. And not much there. We just saw Purdy trying to play, change the play. Tell the viewer how hard. Pick that up, sorry. Second and long, blitz is coming. Purdy underneath has a completion, and McCaffrey is tackled immediately by Deb. Four-man rush. Purdy pressure, steps away, being chased, throws it back. He's got a man open, and it's caught by Tonjes. What a
routes. Now he steps up in the pocket and sees Tonjes. I never advise any quarterback to roll. That the defensive front really allows them to play the secondary structure they want. The secondary structure is built to beat, but they stop the run with those big guys inside. Very suffocating for an offense.
There's McCaffrey on the catch. Good shake and move for McCaffrey in receptions.
It's unbelievable the volume of yards, production, catches, rushes that he accounts.
Yeah, we get a whistle. 49ers use their first time out. There's Purdy. He has time. Looking deep, throwing that way. It's high and incomplete. He had Jennings there, but couldn't.
So they run a zone concept, a high 7 by Robinson, and then you got Jennings on the bottom.
Purdy floats it incomplete. Just has some pressure in it.
Quick pressure. Purdy's got to drift to the right, throw it away. Again, this is part of this defense. They win in a lot of areas. They win in their pass rush. No. I'm glad I'm up here with you. That's what I'm very happy about.
3rd and long. Purdy looking, throwing. McCaffrey's got a way to go. And he's board and settle it down. Will feel good.
Yeah, smart decision. Just feeling like, okay, we worked really hard on that drive. Purdy.
And this kick is up and perfect. He's had a great year for the Niners. So that was an amazing game. The championship 2013. Aaron's faced their terrific
Miles right there. Besties is such a great player. Had a teammate of his in Tampa. What a player.
Shaheed up the middle had a 95-yard return. I was going to
and then, you know, we had a very memorable win against him. He got me early. Of course, I came into this stadium not quite knowing what the Legion of Boom looked like. Defense.
Here's Darnold back on offense. Get the run game with Charbonnet outside and gets hit after a 2-yard gain. Darnold back, sets it up to Walker. Nice move. Kenneth Walker. Boy, that looked like he was going.
Play action, the creative screens. You see JSN making his plays. They mixed their personnel group.
On the fake, Darnold has some time. Lets it rip. Going deep, and it's incomplete.
Tried coverage. The other 2 guys on that route concept were open. Sam, for some reason, picked the guy that was covered. Sam, go to the open guys.
On to do it for Seattle. High, booming punt. Look at this. Angle down at the 5. Long way to go. Down 17-3 here in the second. For the 49ers. And now trying to get that offense going. With McCaffrey trying to
kickoff return for a touchdown. It's really a 10-3 game with Saleh's defense coming up with some really critical stops.
Stay with the run. McCaffrey fighting forward, and that's a good effort. He's got a first down before he runs into Jaron Rodgers, which Seahawks turned into a touchdown. And the last drive was a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of passes for Purdy. He hasn't completed a pass.
Four-man rush. He's got time. Just has nobody open. Look, now fires back across the other side of the field again. It's time. The second time he's done that to him.
From the Seahawks defensive line, Purdy kind of working a little right, and then a gun work right.
8:07 to go in this first half. Purdy on the fake. Lost one deep. It's caught in stride. Congress again.
This is what you call a 2-ball. Enough arc just to get it over the second.
I had an NFL catch in his career to week 1, and then Kittle got hurt. He had the game-winning touchdown. McCaffrey gets a couple of yards. So, division rivals too. Purdy gets it out to McCaffrey. He's open outside. McCaffrey surges forward.
It's a lot of guys. That puts a lot of stress on the offensive line for the Niners, but they have been up to the challenge tonight. Purdy's able to just survive.
And a timeout call. Kyle Shanahan will call the second for the 49ers as they discuss things.
Down 14, and they've clawed their way out into plus territory. If they can find a way to get this ball in the end.
See how they approach it. Robinson, little trick play. Back to Purdy, flea flicker. Looking, goes back to Demarcus Robinson now. And a flea flicker for what? That's crazy.
For 1 yard. You could quarterback sneak for 1 yard.
Well, see, that's hard to hear.
I'm sorry.
It's a lot of effort.
Magic if you can.
Yeah, they scored on one last week. Here's McCaffrey, one game. It's amazing. They were averaging 2.3 a carry.
And then limit all this rushing to these tiny little gains. They play these 2 high safeties. It's all.
So it's 3rd and 6. Purdy. Time. Zips in. It is Pearsall diving. Did he hang on?
Oh, no.
Dean Blandino is here. Dean, let's hear from you. That sometimes the movement's okay, but that.
We're beginning to think you guys didn't love me anymore.
Lost over there in the corner. Comeback. It's just a little bit in front, and Pearsall's got to lay out. Can't quite maintain control. He's come up a little bit short right there.
This will be Pinheiro, whose season long is 59. This is from 56. Pinheiro drills it right down the middle, and it is long enough and good. Nice job. Get to go to the Super Bowl. And this game has kind of stabilized just a little bit after the onslaught to open for. Seahawks will be backed up as we go downstairs to Tom.
Well, the original plan was for talking to everyone on this defense, on the offense, going up and down, talking to Brock Purdy this week.
This week, they hope if they survive this week that he can go next week. And obviously a lot to do between them as Walker has the carry. Pitch it to him. Looks for a seam, and he is hit short. There's a penalty. Now Charbonnet is the injured Seahawk.
Big hit.
Significant styles, but they're basically interchangeable in the playbook. Here's John Hussey with the call on the penalty.
Into the run, automatic, first down.
Yeah, there's Jordan Elliott just grabbing the center, Sundell. And then you look at Mustafa.
Here's Shaheed on the end around. He can fly. We've seen it already. Couple blocks. Shaheed cuts back inside the 40.
Look at the wall of bodies out there. Normally, Lenore would just be standing there, but because he's rotating to the deep half part of
Seahawks on the move here. 2 minutes left. Donald outside. D. Winters is second down for Donald. Time works over the middle. A little too far as he led Shaheed there.
A little too much. Good pass defense. It's right where you want him now. 3rd and 10. Niners defense has struggled to get off the field at times.
49ers drop out of the play. Oh, it's caught! Oh, man!
There on Luter. Bobo beats him on the inside when there's no help inside. And there wasn't on that play. Darnold.
The 3rd and long conversion. Here is Walker sprinting through the hole. Kenneth Walker down to the 10. First down, so 2nd and half the yard. Walker right up the gut. 1st and goal now with 36 seconds to go.
Yeah, maybe use a time.
Saw him go into the 10. No word from Seattle's PR staff about what happened, but you see right here he grabbed.
Yeah, so they'll do it without him at least for right now. So Kenneth Walker will be in the. Here's Walker, cuts back. Kenneth Walker is in. Touchdown, Seahawks.
He's such an electric back. Look, this ball is supposed to go to the right side. And on the backside of those plays, that's what happens.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer. 80-yard drive, and the Seahawks up 24 to in front, adding another score. 31 seconds to go. Think about all the work the 49ers did to get back here.
Different time. Total control for the Seahawks right now.
Now it's Robinson, and he gets jacked at the 30. It's just so much of an uphill to climb for the 49ers.
I think the reality, when you look at a lot of these games, you're going to think of 3 to 10 plays. Man, that play really meant much pressure on the Seahawks defense.
There's Purdy. 1 timeout at his disposal. In some trouble. Over the middle, incomplete. McCaffrey the
Atkinson 1 timeout. You need explosive plays, but it's hard to get them because the rush is on you so quickly. Then you're forced to scramble.
Purdy steps away, looking to just take off and run. Purdy sprints through and got Purdy all the way up across the 40.
Doing everything they can to limit those explosive plays, and then when you rush with your front 4 and you're able to get home, you just play to the strength of what the.
But he could not stay in bounds with 7 seconds left.
Yeah, so interesting. They try to create a play where all 3 receivers.
Because nobody stands back on a launch, a Hail Mary, going deep down the field. It is up there, and it is. Have that belong to the Seahawks, although that was pretty. Robinson on the return. And he's hit up across the 27. As we go downstairs to.
I asked Mike McDonald what he's most impressed with out of his group in the first half. He said the poise. He said.
Use of the word "irk" in that report. I love that. Here's Brian Robinson. Flag flies. And as Tom mentioned, no Christian McCaffrey on that opening. Keep an eye on that. And obviously, everything's been tough sledding, but they can't do it without that guy.
Yeah, certainly they can't in the receiving game tonight. He's Jawan Jennings, 1 play at a time.
Purdy looking for one of those guys. Just nobody open. Now just throws it away. There's nothing there.
There's going to be good spacing, and then whenever you get near a defender, they just clamp down on you, and then Purdy's stuck holding the ball in the pocket.
3rd and long for Purdy. Pressure in his face. Slides away, in trouble, lets it rip high and caught to Jennings. What a
him buying time. He's got Nwosu to evade, and then he sees that quick twitch movement by Jennings.
The entire year, they fake it to him. Pressure right in Purdy's face. Running away. In trouble. Now just going to throw it away and he gets shoved to the ground hard. They're going to give it to James, and he's got a nice little hole. Has a good run. How about that? Down in the Seattle.
Did he take advantage of it in the Pacific Northwest? Yeah, get back out there. No, come back. No, what are we doing? I don't know. Who's in?
3rd and 3. They get Robinson the ball up the middle, and there's just absolutely zero there. 4th and 2. Purdy in trouble, sacked. Leonard Williams and the Seahawks take one for a reason, and they look every bit the part tonight. A 4th down stop one more time. Most sacks of any defensive tackle the last 2 years, and he got another one there, and Seahawks take over with Walker to the outside to the left, which has been a calling card for him.
Speed at these backs can outflank the 49ers defense. Their 12th carry for almost.
I told you about. Looks to be Walker's show right now. Darnold rips one, and it's caught. It's Cooper Kupp. He
ends up beating the coverage Green. And a simple, just crossing route. Nobody in. Terrific receiver room. Nobody's selfish in that room. They do so many things.
Walker sprinting through right side. Boy, every chance is addition like a quarterback.
I just think Cooper is a phenomenal player in all the